Hey guys, Dr. Ohm here, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered how a new medication is discovered and makes it all the way to your medicine cabinet? It's a long and fascinating journey, and today we're diving deep into the world of pharmaceutical product development. We'll be your guide through each critical stage, from the initial spark of an idea all the way to a drug hitting the market. Whether you're a student, a healthcare professional, or just curious about the process, this video is for you. So grab your lab coats and let's get started. Before we even think about creating a new drug, we need to know what's already out there. This is where a thorough literature search comes in. We're not talking about browsing WebMD here, we're diving deep into scientific journals, patents, and clinical trial data. Think of it like being a detective gathering clues. We need to know everything about the disease we're targeting, existing treatments, and any past research attempts. This step lays the groundwork for everything that follows. Now, let's talk ingredients. Just like a chef needs the freshest ingredients to create a culinary masterpiece, we need high-quality materials to develop a safe and effective drug. This includes the active pharmaceutical ingredient, or API, which is the heart of the drug, as well as excipients, which help with absorption and delivery. Sourcing these materials isn't as simple as ordering them online. We need to ensure they meet strict purity and quality standards. We're talking about your health here, people, and we don't compromise. In many cases, we're developing a generic version of an existing drug. To ensure our version is just as effective, we need to understand the original inside and out. So we purchase and rigorously test the innovator's product, analyzing its composition, how it dissolves, and how it performs. Think of it like reverse engineering a complex machine. We need to understand how all the parts work together before we can build our own version. Remember those excipients we talked about? They're more important than you might think. We need to determine the exact type and amount of each excipient in our formulation. This isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. Different drugs require different combinations of excipients to ensure stability, absorption, and ultimately, effectiveness. We're talking about getting the right drug to the right place at the right time in your body. Precision is key. This is where things start to get really exciting. We take everything we've learned so far, the API, the excipients, the target product profile, and start experimenting with different formulations. It's a delicate dance of science and art, adjusting ratios, trying different techniques, and rigorously testing each iteration. We want a formulation that's not only effective but also stable, easy to manufacture, and palatable for the patient. Nobody wants to take a medicine that tastes like dirt, right? You might not think packaging is a big deal, but in the pharmaceutical world, it's crucial. The packaging needs to protect the drug from light, moisture, and temperature fluctuations, all of which can degrade its effectiveness. We're also considering patient convenience. Think about child-proof caps, easy-to-read labels, and dosage forms that make sense. We want to make sure that the medication stays safe and effective all the way from the manufacturing plant to your medicine cabinet. How do we know if our drug is working? How do we measure its purity and potency? This is where analytical method development comes in. We develop and validate highly specific and sensitive methods to test our drug at every stage of the process, from raw materials to the finished product. We're talking about using sophisticated instruments and techniques like chromatography and spectroscopy to ensure every batch meets our stringent quality standards. We've got our formulation, our packaging, and our testing methods down. Now it's time to figure out how to make this drug on a larger scale. Process development involves optimizing each step of the manufacturing process, from mixing and granulation to tableting and coating. We're talking about efficiency, reproducibility, and ensuring every batch is identical to the last. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to pharmaceuticals. This step is all about ensuring our generic version is as close to the original as possible. We're talking about comparing the microstructure of the two products, their particle size, shape, and arrangement. Why is this important? Because even subtle differences in microstructure can affect how the drug dissolves and gets absorbed in the body. We're talking about bioequivalence, which means our version should perform exactly like the innovator's product. Time for a test run. We're ready to manufacture larger batches of our drug, following the meticulously developed process we outlined earlier. This is where we fine-tune our raw material and process management, ensuring we can consistently produce high-quality batches. These pilot and pivotal batches are crucial for gathering data and demonstrating that our manufacturing process is robust and reliable. Think of it like a dress rehearsal before the big show. Remember all those analytical methods we developed? Now we need to prove they're up to the task. Method validation is like putting our testing methods on trial. We challenge them with different conditions, different analysts, even different instruments to make sure they consistently deliver accurate and reliable results. We're talking about building a rock-solid foundation of data to support the quality of our product. We've got a great drug, a robust manufacturing process, and validated analytical methods. Now we need to document everything in detail. This includes drafting comprehensive specifications for the drug substance, the drug product, and the packaging. These specifications are like the rule book for our product, outlining the acceptable ranges for every quality attribute. We're moving from small-scale development to large-scale production. This transition requires careful planning. We need to adapt our process to larger equipment, ensure we can source consistent raw materials in bulk, and train production personnel on the specific requirements of our drug. It's a complex dance of logistics, engineering, and quality control, all working together to ensure a smooth transition. Our drug will come into contact with various surfaces during manufacturing. Think pipes, tanks, filters. This step is all about making sure our drug doesn't react with any of these surfaces, which could lead to contamination or degradation. We're talking about carefully selecting materials and conducting compatibility studies to ensure the integrity and purity of our product throughout the manufacturing process. We've successfully developed a drug and a manufacturing process. Now it's time to transfer this knowledge to the team responsible for commercial production. This isn't just handing over a stack of documents, it's about hands-on training, troubleshooting potential issues, and ensuring the receiving team has a deep understanding of our product and process. We want to make sure the transition is seamless and our high standards are maintained. This is it, the final test before we can submit our drug for approval. We manufacture large-scale batches following our validated process to the letter. These batches are subjected to rigorous testing to demonstrate that our process consistently produces high-quality drug product that meets all the required specifications. We're talking about generating a mountain of data to support the safety and efficacy of our drug. For generic drugs, this step is essential. We conduct a bioequivalence study to demonstrate that our version releases the drug into the bloodstream at the same rate and extent as the innovator's product. This involves recruiting healthy volunteers and carefully measuring drug concentrations in their blood over time. We're talking about generating robust scientific evidence to prove our drug is therapeutically equivalent to the original. We've generated a mountain of data. Now it's time to organize it and submit it to the regulatory authorities. This involves compiling all of our findings into a comprehensive dossier, which includes everything from our initial literature search to our bioequivalence study results. We're talking about a meticulously prepared document that demonstrates the safety, efficacy, and quality of our drug. The regulatory authorities review our submission with a fine-tooth comb. They'll likely have questions, lots of questions. This is where our team of experts comes in to address each query thoroughly and accurately. We might need to provide additional data, clarify certain points, or justify our decisions. It's a back-and-forth process, but it's all part of ensuring our drug meets the highest standards of safety and quality. After months or even years of hard work, we've finally reached the finish line. The regulatory authorities have reviewed our data, addressed our responses, and granted approval for our drug to be marketed. This is a huge accomplishment, and it means our drug can finally reach the patients who need it. Our job isn't done once the drug is approved. We continue to monitor its safety and effectiveness in the real world, collecting data on any adverse events and making updates or changes as needed. We're also constantly looking for ways to improve our manufacturing process, optimize our formulation, and explore new indications for our drug. The journey of pharmaceutical product development never really ends. And there you have it. The 21 essential steps to pharmaceutical product development. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the initial research all the way to post-market surveillance. As you can see, bringing a new drug to market is a complex and challenging journey, but it's also incredibly rewarding. It takes a team of dedicated scientists, engineers, regulatory experts, and healthcare professionals all working together to make it happen. Stay tuned for more in-depth guides and insights into the world of pharmaceuticals. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications.